Hello, students. I hope you all are fine. Previous lectures we have seen it regarding functions. What was the scope of the variable in function? How to define function? What are the advantages of function? I'm just recapping it. Function is a self-contained block of program when we want repeat same logic again and again. So instead of writing same logic, we are just creating a function one time and call n number of times. Now function, how to define function? Just I'm revising. Def is the keyword, function name, then parameter, then colon, then press enter, indentation automatically take it and define it all the function and automatically call when we just write it the name of the function and pass number of parameter passed in the function. So types of argument, basically how many types of argument we can pass it in Python function. So there are four types of Python function actual argument in pass in function. Number one is positional argument, number two is default argument, number three is keyword argument, and number four is variable length argument. By default, whatever we have passed in previous program, that is called positional argument. Default means whatever default value we are passing, if we are not passing whatever value we are passing, it will accept it. That keyword means whatever words we are passing, and variable length means total length passed it. Now how positional argument will pass? By default all things, but by default means whatever argument we are passing, they are just like in this program, a and b are actual argument. This x is copied into a, y is copied into b, and how the program is created and how the program is working, that I am explaining it. Like def divide is the name of the function. A and b is the two parameter passing. C equals to a divided by d, print it c. This function will define it that this function will not return any value. So whatever answer is coming in C, it will print it. The output will be printed. Now in program, main program, x will be passed first number, y will be passed second number. Now suppose x passed 20 and y passed 10. 20 will pass here and 10 will pass here. So 20 and 10, 20 divided by 10. So it's a 2.0 because it's a floor division, it's a 2.0. Now meaning is whatever argument is passed, that is called positional argument. Means position is defined. There are two parameter is position defined, two parameter we have passed and two parameter we have accepted. That is the main thing. This function we can also define in Python ideally. Here we have passed it def devid x, then divide, then z. Divide equals to float number we have passed it and divid divid de divid. Now first number 25, second number 14. Divide function is not defined. Divid, divid, D capital. That is the main problem. So capital and small, again remember this thing. This is the thing. This answer is coming. So this is called positional argument. Now come to the default argument. Sometimes we provide default values for our positional argument. Means what? Some value we have already assigned it. We are assigning some value already existing. In this case, we are not passing any value, then default value will be considered. Default argument must not follow by non-default argument. How to pass it default argument? Well, for example, diff interest principal comma rate comma time equals to 15. Suppose if you are not passing time at the time of passing, then two parameter pass, third automatically take it 15 in first case. Second case, principal rate 8 point time 15. This two is constant fixed value. Again, this is valid. So in this situation, the first situation we can pass two value, the second situation we can pass only one value. In first situation we can pass three parameter 1, 2, 3 and also two parameter 1 and 2. If we are passing three parameter, whatever three parameter we are passing, it will take accept value. If we are passing two parameter, whatever two parameter we are passing, that accept the value. So this is the main thing. Now in the third situation, principal rate and time. Why this is wrong? Because in middle we cannot assign it. Either we have to assign it right hand side or middle and right both. This is the rule of default argument. The first rule is it is always assigned right side. That is the most important thing. ये एक important thing है कि right side it will assign it. Middle assign it. If middle and both it is if assigned, that time it will accept it and principal read it. So this is called invalid. Why it is called invalid? Because at the last we have not defined it. Clear? So we can see the example. It will be very helpful for us. Like we can create our own example. Like different. Default program for function with default argument. Default argument symbol times for I in range 1, 20 टाइम्स ले लो, टाइम्स एक कम चलेगा, y+1 ले लेते हैं because it will print less than 1, print symbol and x and equals to draw line. Third, 30. Now first I'll run it, then I'll explain it. This thing will perform. Now after that I'll write it print, then again print, now the thing is explain. Now this two default argument is there, two default. Now we can call with three types. Either we can not pass any parameter, that is, if we are not passing parameter, that means this and this will print it. This is the approach. That means this $sign will print it 20 times. Then for I in range y+1 colon print x comma and equals to, it will print it. Next this, so next time this $sign will not print, it will print it. So just say it, this will print it and 20 times. That means this parameter is positional parameter and this parameter is taking default parameter. Means we are not passing any value, and whatever value automatically pass it, it will print it. Third one, this symbol print it but 40 times, 30 times. Even we can change also. I am changing it, that symbol, and I am changing the symbol this now and 40. This 40 will print it. So I hope this concept is clear to you. Now that is the meaning of default. One more thing, we can also change it. One another thing, I am creating one another program so that it will be very helpful for us, like this one, and we are passing x. We can use it sum. x, y and z equals to 30. Print x plus y plus z. And what we are doing, sum, pass one parameter 10, pass two parameter sum 10 comma 50, and pass three parameter 30, 40, 50. In this situation, two default parameter, in this situation one default parameter, no default parameter passing, is using. 10, 20, 30 automatically. $60, 10, 20, 30, 60. Second 10, 50 and 30, 90, second one. And third one 30, 40, 50. In this situation I am explaining through this approach. 10, 20 and 30 automatically accepted, so output is 60. Second one 10, and instead of 20, 50, 10 plus 50, 60 plus 30, so 60 plus 30, 90. And in third situation there is no default parameter, 30, 40 and 50. That is the main thing. So this is the main thing which will be very helpful for default argument. Now next is default keyword gives flexibility to specify default value for a parameter so that it can be skipped in the function call if needed. However, still we cannot change the order of the argument. Order of the argument means right side we have to assign it. In previous program we have seen it, right side we have to assign it, left we cannot assign it. That is the most important thing. We cannot change the order of the argument in function call. You have to remember the order of the argument and pass the value accordingly. To get the control and flexibility of over the value sent as argument, Python offer keyword argument. This allows to call function with argument in any order using the name of the argument. Like same, def, draw line, same times. This thing I have already explained it. Print range time, print colon 40 times. Symbol times symbol and whatever symbol is passing 40, 30. It will be entered 40 and 30 times. Second draw line, this symbol. That means in previous program we have done it, and third one times 10 and symbol this one. So now here argument is changing, and fourth again symbol and times. So meaning is keyword name argument change if both the values assign it. So times equals to change 10 and symbol equals to. So in first situation dollar and 30 40 it will print it. Second situation symbol will print it and print it 30 times. And third one times 10 and symbol 10 times printed symbol. And fourth one uh, this hash sign will print and 20 times will print. This is the main thing. Previous program we have already seen, but order of argument we can change it. That is the main important thing of keyword argument. Default keyword. To get the control flexibility over the value sentence argument, Python offer keyword arguments. We can pass the argument. Now rules. Argument list must first contain positional argument followed by keyword argument. Keyword argument should be taken from the requirement argument. You cannot specify a value for an argument more than once. Important thing, more than once we cannot define it. Now see example, average n1, n2, n3. I have explained one important thing, right side value we can assign it, that is correct. n1 20, n2 40, n3, these three legal, three values assigned it. n10, 7, 100, again it will correct. Order of argument key, here non-default value provided as named argument. Here keyword argument can be any of order n1, n2, n3. Positional argument before the keyword argument. N2 100, N3, N1 is not defined. Positional argument before the keyword argument. This is the keyword argument. N3 700 illegal. N3 N1 N2. This is wrong. Average 100 N1 N2. Again wrong. Multiple provide value for N1. 200 N2 N3 N1. Again illegal. So simple thing legal N1 N2 N3 either you can use it in any order. That is the most important thing. And one average 100 we can also use it. We can define it, even we can create it also. We can create it, so it will be very helpful. Average n1 n2 n3 तो अपन ले लेते हैं n1 equals to 10, n2 equals to 20, n3 equals to 30. ये फर्स्ट अपन ले रहे हैं. First we are using 3 बेस क्या कर रहा है? A is not defined. ये एवरेज इज 70. अब ऑर्डर अपन चेंज करते हैं. इस फंक्शन को हम कमेंट में डालते हैं. वी कैन यूज इट कमेंट. और N330 N250 N130. फास्ट 65 आ रहा है. इसमें अपन फास्ट वो लेने हटा ही लेते हैं. हम एवरेज का कॉल कर रहे हैं अपन. डायरेक्ट एवीजे कर दो ना. वन 130. तो ऑर्डर कोई भी हो सकता है. अगेन थर्ड में भी आप ये कर सकते हो. ये थर्ड अप्रोच. थर्ड अप्रोच में हमने क्या करा. 100 N2 और N3 डिवाइड बाय 3. N1 ले लिया उसने. उसके बजाय अपन N1 ले लेते हैं. उसका मीनिंग वही है. और N1 पास कर देते हैं 100. नाउ इट इज करेक्ट. ये करेक्ट है. तो पोजिशनल आर्ग्यूमेंट, कीवर्ड आर्ग्यूमेंट, टाइप्स ऑफ आर्ग्यूमेंट मैंने क्लियर कर दिया. अब रिटर्निंग मल्टीपल वैल्यूज, इसको हम डिस्कस करेंगे नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. यहाँ तक अब वी हैव completed types of argument. We have completed. That's all. If you have any query, you can write it on our chat box or comment section. Thank you.